folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to work on a simple pair of earrings, well, maybe not so simple, that I've designed specifically for St. Patrick's Day, which is tomorrow. So let's look down and we'll get started. I'll show you everything I want to do with these, and I think you're going to like them. Okay, I've got out the things I'm going to use here. We have some ball-headpins. We have a little Celtic Tree of Life. You can see it's got the Celtic pattern all around the outside. We have a Celtic Knot. We're going to put those like this. And I have some Connemara Marble that I got from Ireland. Yes, I imported these from Ireland. I think they're really special. So we're going to put a bead cap on either side of this one, and we're going to put this Connemara Marble shaped as a rice bead rather than just a round here with another little, as you can see, we're going all out for mixed metals. And then we're going to put another one up here with bead caps on either side of it, a little round one above it, and of course we'll have this same pattern over on this other side hanging from this other loop right here. And I'm sure everybody's going, well, what about the middle here, because you left a big gap there. Well, what we're going to do there is I'm going to put these tiny little closed braided copper rings right here. So this is what we're going to have. Well, sort of. It's a little messy. So anyway, yeah, this is Connemara Marble, brought directly from Ireland. And a lot of people don't realize that Ireland has 4 colors of marble. Connemara is just the green. They also have Kilkenny Black, Cork Red, Ulster White, and of course the Connemara Green. We're just going to use the Connemara Green in this one because, let's face it, St. Patrick's Day is more of a green holiday. So the first thing we want to do is we want to, I also have jump rings in here, some really tiny ones to put our loops together, and some next size up to hook everything together with everything else. So the first thing we want to do is to wind up our sides here. So we'll just, we want the bead cap, and this one's copper. My ball head is gold. Then I have Connemara Marble, the other bead cap, this little gold ball. Oops, let's not knock out all our stuff all over the place. And the other marble, the rice bead. And this is going to hang right here. So let's get this bent, and I am going to make wrapped loops on these, and then we'll attach them with the jump ring. I was debating just attaching them straight too, but then I decided I'd rather have the jump ring there. So we're going to use our smallest loop on our stepped bell making plier. Bring it around. See, it's got this nice lollipop shape here now. Then I twist it to my other hand, and then take your other plier, or do it by hand if you wish, and just twist your loops up. I like at least 3, and if there's room I'll put in a 4th, but it looks like we have 3 here. So pull her off. She's looking pretty good, and we'll trim off this little excess bit of wire, being careful not to get your loop, and then tuck it in. And then this will hang right here. So let's get the other side done. These 2 are for the other earring. One thing I didn't get out is a little bit of wire, which I will need it for the top there. I noticed that didn't look quite straight, so I was straightening it out a little bit. So now we want to go in with our smallest bell making plier. I use the bell making pliers because they make a nice consistent loop. Wrap it around, drop it down, bring her over, and if she's not straight, pull her up so she's straight, and then do your wraps. Trim her off. And tuck her in. Now, because I don't have the wire out yet, we'll wait to put before I do the top part, but we're going to put the bottom part together here. So what we need are, come on babies, we need some little jump rings. We need 4 of these this size, and we need 1 itsy bitsy one. Come here, itsy bitsy. Okay, this is the top part, and that'll be your wire. Everything else in here is for the other one. This little itsy bitsy one, if it will fit, is to put the 2 copper rings together. So that's the first thing I'm going to try. If they don't, then we'll go to the slightly bigger one to put the copper rings together. But I'm hoping that they'll go together with this tiny one. Come on, baby, go between. I'm not sure this is going to work with just the teeny tiny one. Sometimes it will. The tiny is very tiny. Oh, I just got it in. Good, good, good. Excellent. Now to get hold of the edges again so I can close her back up. So this will hang like this right in between. And now we'll put the other pieces in. So we'll just grab some of these. These are, I think these ones are 6s, and that was a 4, this teeny weeny one down here. I like an oval jump ring because it breaks to the side, and then you don't have to worry so much about your piece sliding off, because the gravity will pull the break to the side, and then your pieces won't work into that spot so easily. So there's one. Now we're going to put the put these aside, they're getting in my way. The 2 little copper jump rings up here onto the middle piece. I was sure those wouldn't hit, but they are hitting the the tree there. So we may need to put another jump ring in there just to make it a little larger. You're not quite closed. And then again, maybe we'll just let it hit. Now I need to get some wire so I can do this little bit up here at the top to finish our earring off. So I'll be back in just a moment as soon as I get my wire. I've got a couple of pieces of silver. Like I said, we're going mixed metal. No sense in worrying about it now. And see, that one has a notch. Both sides do. Okay, so now we're going to do a loop again. And this time I think I am going to go directly on to the piece here. So just put it on, snap it into place right onto that loop. Now the loop is a little too tight. It doesn't want to go on. So if that happens when you do this, just take this and open it slightly like you would a jump ring, and then slide her on. Bring her back together. Hold it right here below, and then do your wraps. I can hear my earring clanking down there. If you're one of those people that doesn't like your earring to clank, this is not an earring for you, because it is going to, if you can hear that slight tinkling sound as it's hitting the Tree of Life is getting hit by the little Connemara Marble beads, the bead caps around them. So there we have this on, and now we'll just feed our beads onto here. This is also a pretty long earring, as you can see. So now we just need to make our final loop and hook on our earring wire, and our earring is finished. Isn't that going to be pretty? So let's just make sure our bend is going the right way for our ear wire to go on. So we'll go this way, bend it over, get our bell making plier, wrap it around, drop her down, wrap it the rest of the way, straighten her out. Now here's where I'm going to pull this off, because I'm going to put my ear wire directly on. And when you're putting your ear wire directly on an earring that has a specific front and back, make sure it's facing backwards when you thread it on here, because as it comes around this loop, it turns. See? So now we straighten this and go in and wrap this last bit here. Need to get it the rest of the way around. And I'm going to need to adjust that some, because you see it's staying up above. And we don't want it to do that, but I did let it curl up here. So as I push this down, it should work its way up there further. And it's a little crooked here, so I will also have to straighten it. So let's trim that off. Being careful not to catch anything extra, including my finger. And then we'll straighten that head up of that. So go over to that side. So we want it. And there's our finished earring. Isn't that pretty? So now we just need to make our second one. And we'll, of course, do it exactly the same way. Let's set this one aside a little bit and get all of the goodies out to make the other one. So we will start the same way with making our drops. Let's see, we won't need this other one or these pieces for a while, so we'll just put these in here until we get to them. Well, actually, this isn't needed for a while either. But we don't want to accidentally knock our beads all over the place, which I have been known to do. In fact, I usually drop at least one thing while I'm working on something. Now, I love to use a ball head. You don't have to use a ball head. You could use a regular head pin. These are more or less just an example of what you can do with more than one charm. Because, as I'm sure you noticed, the charm that we're hooking everything onto is actually just a regular charm, but because it has all the holes, because it is a knot, a Celtic knot, we can use those holes for hooking things into, which makes it really handy. Okay. Tuck this baby in. And I notice I have this a little crooked, so we straighten that up some. Put it aside. Go back to this one. Round, drop. And I can already tell you I have this one crooked, so I'm going to straighten it right now while we're working. If you didn't notice, when I curled it around, I bent it some. See how it's bent right there? Even though I straightened it some, it's still bent. So what I'm going to do is just straighten it like that. And now we'll bring our, oh, that didn't straighten at all. Okay, now it's really messy. So we'll need to come into the loop and bring this up. See, even though it's on there, it's still loose. So we bring it up and just push it up into this, onto the bail, making the plier head a little more. And see, now I got it all straightened back out. Isn't that nice? But Oh, I didn't bring it all the way around that last time. So let's do that. And I crooked it again. You can just put it in and just tip it sort of to the side and it'll straighten back out. Now we want to cut our wire off and tuck this baby in. And now our two pieces are ready to go. Now we can start putting stuff together. So I have the tiny jump ring out here for the 2 copper rings. And there are the 3 jump rings for the got a piece of wire here for putting the everything together. So let's put our 2 little copper rings together first. This is the trickiest part because they're small. Now, if I wanted to add some more space to this one, well, to both of them, I could take the small jump ring out and put the slightly larger one in, and it would give that extra bit of room. In fact, let's see how much room that would give it. Let's take this off, see what a difference it is with using the more medium-sized one. If we decide we don't like it, we can always change it back. Goes together much easier, doesn't it? Oop, it looks like it pinched it in there. Yes, it did. There we go. I think I like the closeness together. So even though it's a bit of a work to get it in there, I am going to switch it back to the smaller jump ring. Since I have this open, we'll just put one of these onto our piece here. Notice this side's up just a hair's breadth on this jump ring. I'm going to, because this is an oval jump ring and this side is relatively flat, what you can do is take your pliers and put them right across the bend and then squish down, and you can see how that's brought it together again. Oh, come on, get back here far enough so that you'll go through. In case you were wondering what was going on, I had my pliers too close to the middle of the of the jump ring, and so it didn't want to go through. As soon as I moved them back towards the end again, there wasn't a problem anymore. So let's put our little guys together here. Now, when you're having problems like that, it's because these want to get in the same space. You need to get the pieces to move in the ring so that they're, see, this one needs to be over here when you put this one on so that it's in its own space over here. This needs to get into its space, which is on the other side. So and I may not have the ring open enough because of these having to go in right beside each other. They want to have more space than you normally would use. So we'll open it just a hair's breadth more and see if that'll do it. There they go. Just needed that extra teeny bit of space. And yep, it's together. So then swing it down, and now we hook it onto our other pieces here. This is another one of those that decided it needed to bump up a bit. There we go. Now to put this piece on the bottom, and then we just got to do the top. That one's not quite put together here. There's one thing I always try to check is that my jump rings are closed all the way. Okay. There we go. Now we just need to do our top part. So get that out. This is notched. Okay, then we'll straighten it some. Bend. Get our pliers back out. Over and around. Bring her here. Get her lollipopped. Slide her on. Hold her with your pliers. Then take your other pliers and wrap her. Cut the extra bit off and tuck her in. Now we put our beads on. Binder. To clean up my desk a little bit here. Bring her around. And let's feed our ear wire in, remembering to face it to the back. Come on, baby, go on. As you bring her around, so she'll snap into place and go forward. Come on. Did I get this one too tight together? I think I did. So open her up a little bit. Let your ear wire slide on. Make sure it's facing the right direction. Push her down and wrap. Trim her off here. And tuck her in. And there we are. Oh, she's a little crooked, so we need to straighten that out some. That's better. And there are our earrings. Aren't those a fun pair of earrings for St. Patrick's Day? Or any other day you feel like you want some green and celebrate your Irish heritage if you're Irish. So anyway, let's turn up and we'll look at these again. Okay, there's our earring. As you can see, it is definitely a shoulder duster, a nice long one with our mixed metals and our Connemara marble. Here is our second one. So there's our earrings. And I hope you enjoyed making those with me today. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.